5, 6, 7, 8.
On a mic.
That
This
wasn't
is,
wasn't planned.
that was pretty good. That was
I liked
pretty
it.
good. We only had to do it twice.
Project
Best Car.
Acapella.
Project Acapella. Bask on a mic. Bask on a mic.
It's
Bask on a mic.
corn.
It's corn. It's got the juice.
It's got the juice.
I thought we were acapella in it. You could hear that. You could hear that. Oh my god, I'm so hungry. Okay, so episode 4, part 2 of the breakdowns for what was
The Kai Patterson
recuts.
Hi, Kai.
Hi Kai, if you're listening to this.
Definitely not.
No, I know.
Definitely, yeah.
But
He's too cool for us.
yeah. I mean, you did a great job on both.
Yeah.
So
Last time we talked about the Book of Boba Fett, part 1 and part 2
Yep.
recuts. The first one was done by Kai Patterson, and the second was done by Pentex Productions.
and then the Kenobi, which we were talking about today, is by Kai Patterson again.
Yes. Yeah. All of these videos can be found, I think, on his website.
Mm-hmm.
He has a link for his fan recuts.
Yeah. Maybe
So-
we'll put it in the description below. I'll put that in there.
If we can,
Yeah, I'll put it
Below.
in there.
somewhere.
And
the
if you
floor.
do want to watch them, I'd watch them sooner than later, just in case they get taken down.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know originally when he posted them, there was like a bunch of different links, just in case like one got taken down.
Oh, I
He had
didn't know
another
that.
one, got another one, take it down. So if you do want to watch them quick, dude. I am so hungry. Oh my goodness. I
I've
really
got
hope
coffee and
this
that's
isn't. I really hope this isn't gonna distract.
I haven't heard anything.
Okay, good. So yeah, we're getting into Kenobi. You got notes again?
It's actually a much
I
shorter
looked at my
list than the,
first line, and it just said Kenobi meat cut.
Meat cut?
Yes, that was the first thing I wrote. Because it starts off. So Kenobi starts out with
With
the
him cutting
scene
the
where
meat.
he's cutting the meat.
Oh my
I just
God.
I just said Kenobi meat cut.
Kenobi meat cut.
That's my note.
The entire
okay.
edit is just him at a butcher shop deciding
I'd-
what cut of meat
Dude,
he wants.
Right?
I talked about that. I would be so down. Just watching him just cut meat and travel back and forth. Here for it.
It was very satisfying to watch him cut the meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, recut. What do you got on
Kenobi.
your notes?
Yep. Okay. Well, one thing that was pretty cool that they started off with was immediately jumped into Kenobi's story. So you don't see the whole Inquisitor scene in the beginning. You don't see Order 66 yet, which I was a little bummed about. But
Yeah.
anyway, it starts off with Kenobi. You know, you see him in his life. What's he up to? What's he doing? And
What he's been doing for the past 10 years.
yeah, and you see what's affecting him. And you have that scene where he's asleep at night and he's like having the nightmares.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it shows the Return of the not Return of the Jedi. Why would I say that? Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
So that's what I was talking about in the last episode. I don't remember exactly what happened. So I was like, is this new?
it was.
Or did they add footage into it?
It's definitely new because they added the music as well
Okay.
from Revenge of the Sith into that, like the really sad,
Yeah.
kind of music.
Yeah.
And then it shows all of like the fights with Anakin
Mhm.
and just all of that stuff.
And they show him pod racing and stuff like that. They
Yeah.
show like a little bit of everything of his life, which I thought was really cool. And I didn't know if
Yes.
that was already in there because as much as I
don't
would like
think
to,
it
I
was.
I wish I could remember every little detail and everything, but it's so hard when there's so much stuff coming at you. So that's what I was talking about.
I remembered
really.
for Book of Boba if something was there or not, but
Yeah.
nobody knows much.
Yeah. I don't remember any of that. So
um,
but yeah, they start him cutting the meat and then the flashbacks. And then what happens right after that?
you get Leia's first little intro.
Okay. Yeah, and they cut. Oh yeah. So she's in the tree,
Yeah.
and I liked it. I did like that they had that scene in there where it's like the whenever like handmaids or whatever it is, one of their handmaids like pretending to be Leia.
Oh, she's like, I thought it'd be funny.
I'm not too loud.
I don't know.
I'm good on the thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just my headphones.
Yeah. I'm kind of bummed they cut that out, just because it was kind of like a
Funny little joke.
funny little
moment.
joke that she
Yeah.
like does probably pretty often. But they cut to that, and then I'm pretty sure it's just Organa talking to Leia.
No, they cut back to Kenobi after that. Like it immediately goes from Leia in the tree walking down, and then it goes back to Kenobi.
Okay.
And then you do get a scene back to Bail Organa talking with Leia.
Yeah, they don't put in the cousin scene,
Yeah,
which
they
I
talk
felt,
about it, but
yeah, which I kind of felt was a little weird because he's like, go apologize, but you don't see that.
You have no
portion.
context.
You have no context, so that was like the one thing that I was like, that's kind of out of context. If you haven't seen it before, you don't know what's going on.
yeah.
But I love that scene between them. Like that was the pinky promise. That was like my screensaver for a little bit because it's just such a cute
It's very
moment.
cute, yeah.
Someone animated it, so it was like an anime.
Oh yeah, that was your background.
Yeah, it was my
That's
background
cute.
for a while.
that.
Because I just thought it was super rad. But I love that scene between them. And then what happens after that? I can't remember. You're the one that took the notes.
I know. Glad I did.
I get it so confused of what we've already seen, so I don't really know exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of hard with the recuts. So a lot of the times you'll find in these, it's gonna swap between scenes quite often, just to kind of help set up the story in a different kind of way. You don't see the Inquisitors for a little bit in this version, which it felt a little off to me. By doing that, I was like, oh, there was no depth to Riva. There was no reasoning behind her targeting Kenobi or anything, so it just kind of got lost in that. I like all the focus on Kenobi, but you just kind of lose everything else.
So when I originally found his TikTok, a point that he made was, which I thought when I first watched the show, was that Riva, all the Inquisitors are kind of like against her, and basically what he did was cut all that out, so she seems more menacing. Like she seems like she's more of a main character instead of like them
She's
just
trying
like
to prove something.
yeah, like, and I really like that because halfway through the series, I think I talked to Weston about this. I was like, I feel like they're just like writing her off and like kind of like back talking to her, so it kind of what's the best way, like not downgrades her, but like
I know what you mean.
you know, like she's not as, it doesn't seem like she is menacing.
She's more watered down.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I personally really liked it. Like when they cut, so what happens is you see the Jedi in the, sorry dude, my stomach is just growling and it's so distracting. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but so yeah, they're in the desert. He finds Obi-Wan. I like the fact that they put that before.
Yeah.
Instead of
the Jedi.
Yeah, instead of him running from the Inquisitors. I thought it was really cool. They put him in the desert and was like, I saw you in the town, like Obi-Wan, like help me, like what should I do? 'Cause, you know, he was such a prominent person in the war, and I think doing it like that was way better personally. And then cut to the next day. I'm pretty sure it cuts right after that. It cuts to the next day, them in the bar.
Yeah, you get the Inquisitors big intro.
Yeah. And so what I really like about that is they cut it to where Riva cuts off his head. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't get his head cut off, right? In the original?
No, dude. I had to stop for a minute. I was like, hey, Darcy, look at this.
Yeah.
Was his head gone before?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they cut out his head.
They cut off his head. They showed
Yeah.
a little stump with the
Yeah.
bone in it. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh.
I was like, oh, geez, that would...
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he's hanging up and they're like, like make an example of the dead Jedi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has his
headless.
head in Kenobi, but in this one, he's got his head gone.
Oh, wow.
He's a
Yeah.
fully headless Nick.
But so what I...
Not nearly
headless. He is fully headless.
Fully headless. But I really like that because that was like the start of when the Inquisitors come in and the Grand Inquisitor is like getting mad at Riva for all this stuff. And I thought that was a good way to cut it. The cut itself was a little off, I would say. Maybe just because I've already seen it and I know how it ends. Like the Inquisitor stops it, but like it makes it look like she cut his head off, and then he sees it the next day and it's like, oh crap. And then they don't do the scene where Riva comes in and talks to Man, these chairs suck, dude. I'm so blanking on
Fair.
Uncle Owen. There we go.
Uncle Owen.
Uncle Owen.
Peru.
So he throws down the plane or the ship that he gets him, and then but then they go and talk, and then Riva comes in. That's when the Inquisitors come in, and Riva in the original, Riva comes in and kind of threatens Uncle Owen, which I really like.
I missed that scene.
I'm kind of bummed that they took that scene out just because
That was important.
it was very important, and it wasn't cutting her character down at all.
No.
So I kind of wish that they did keep that in, but I understand why they didn't, just because of how they cut it to that dude, the Jedi getting his head cut off and getting shown up. So I understand why they didn't do it, because they were showing them getting to that planet first, or they were showing them they weren't on the planet yet, is what I'm trying to get at. So I understand why they didn't do it, but I would have liked to seen that scene, maybe even afterwards, if they cut his head off and then came and harassed the town. I think that would have been a good way to cut it, because that's a really good scene, how she's like talking to him, and like I'm pretty sure she's like, oh, you got a family, and like kind of threatened his family right there, and he's like pissed at the Jedi. You know, he's like, no, there's no friends of the Jedi of mine or whatever. And like, I really like that scene, because you can tell that he's not lying.
Yeah.
Like, he's being truthful. He does not like the Jedi.
Like he made the point, and like Obi-Wan's like, okay.
Yeah. So I really like that scene. I'm kind of bummed that they cut that one out. But then they go to Leia's capture. I'm so happy they cut.
Leia's capture. It was, she walked outside. He said, "I'm waiting for you."
Yep.
Floop.
And
she's
then
gone.
then just the back of the head. There's no run. There's no running
no
through the
chase.
forest. No
Yeah.
chase scene. They cut out all the chase scenes with Leia.
Oh wow.
Because I love her, but I did not like the chase scenes, personally.
They're just long.
They're very long.
Yeah.
So in this one, it's we've been waiting for you, and then cuts to the scene where she just gets the hood put over her head, and it worked very well.
I thought it was fine. Yeah.
So yeah, she gets captured, and then Bail talks to Obi-Wan, and then he says no, and he comes and visits him on Tatooine, and then what happens after that? It cuts to, I'm pretty sure, Leia, right, being on the ship.
Yeah. Only briefly, it'll show her like in the ship, you know, being chained up to the chair, and then
and then Obi-Wan is getting off the planet. He's like deciding to get off the planet, and it brought me back to Celebration when you first, because we got to see it like live,
yeah.
Sorry.
I was there, and
Two of us.
Two of us got to see it, Jeremy and I.
I watched it later that night.
But there's that scene where she's like, do you want to get on or off? And then it cuts, and then the music goes. I had like, not PTSD, because it's not a bad thing, but immediately in my head, like I just hear the roar of the fans. It was like one of those things. It was like just stuck in my mind of everybody like clapping, and I was like, oh, this is weird without the cuts. Like we were talking about how in the last episode when you were saying that you missed the Boba Fett theme song.
Yeah.
That was kind of like the same thing. It was like kind of a weird like transition. After that, after the first one, it was fine.
When you go see it in that kind of experience, like, you're
that's
gonna
all you remember.
that
feeling,
Yep.
dude.
Well, it's even too like when you watch like Endgame, and it's like when you were there like opening and stuff, and everyone's just like cheering. So then when you watch it at home now, you're like,
yeah.
I guess it's just gonna be
all I remember from seeing that in theaters was crying.
Yeah.
I saw that movie a month after it released.
Oh my god! I thought you were gonna say you haven't seen it, so as long as you've seen it, I'm good. But
I went into it without any spoilers on streaming or something.
Wow.
Okay, so we need to come over and watch it, and we'll scream for you, just to kind of recreate that emotion for you.
I watched it on my own. I was like, oh, that's cool. Nice.
Dude, I pulled my eyes out in that movie, and you're next to everybody because it's packed. And so I'm sitting
such a very impactful scene where like you're crying, but then like the greatest like delivery, and then like you're like, it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like you're crying but cheering. You're just like, yeah, and you're just like gross sobbing.
Oh no, there's no cheering. Like when Black Widow dies.
Oh no. when Sam and all them come through the portals.
Oh yeah.
And so
yeah,
you're
yeah.
just like crying because you're realizing like, oh, it's Sam. And then when you see everybody come out, you're just like crying because everyone's back.
Yeah.
And you're just cheering at the same time. Not the
No,
black-
I was talking about all the deaths and stuff like
Oh,
that,
no.
dude. I was sitting in the theater, you know, you're like next to everybody and like I'm next to Sev and some random person over here. And so, you know, I'm trying to be a man, like not cry. So I'm just sitting there like this, just like tears just I'm about to cry just thinking about it. Like just tears run down my face, like nope. I'm like Cloudy the Chance of Meatballs where it's like, get back in there. You know? I'm just like, oh God, don't cry. And it's just so hard not to cry at those scenes,
No,
you
no,
know?
you just let it out. Let it go.
Especially RDJ, dude.
Oh, God.
Cause like, you know, when Black Widow died, I was like, her contract isn't up, but I mean, now she's not coming back. But like when Cap and Iron Man, like when Iron Man dies, like I lost it because I knew his contract was up already, like going into it.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's gonna die, but I was not expecting that because, dude, that was my childhood.
Dude, he was the
you know?
starter.
Like,
He
was the
started in
Kickstarter
2008, so I was in
Marvel.
8th grade. So I've been a fan since 8th grade. Like, I mean, I've always been a fan of,
Dude, that's when
of
the
Marvel
Clone
and
Wars
stuff,
came
but-
out.
yeah. So just him
we're
being
old.
like the pioneer of the MCU and then seeing that death and knowing that he's not going to come back, dude, I absolutely lost it.
well, and it's like, and like he like died.
Yeah.
Like, actually, like
Yeah.
had something happen to him where he died. Where like when like Cap got to like live the
Yeah.
rest of his life, whereas like Tony, it's like did something and died from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was like, that hurt. But like Cap, I'm like, oh, Cap lived his life.
It was still I still cried, especially when at the end when he's dancing with Peggy.
Oh God.
That song, dude.
Whenever I hear that song now, immediate tears.
You're just like, why?
Anyways,
Why Marvel?
Kenobi.
Kenobi. Oh yeah.
Wait, what were we talking about then?
Before
God
we get
damn it.
emotional
Kenobi. We were talking about
Oh,
Kenobi.
because
Sorry.
you saw the premiere of it.
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
Celebration. Oh, right.
My
right.
bad.
Okay, yeah.
I did get a little
Crowd-
distracted.
crowd,
off
Crowd
there, I'm
feelings.
sorry.
Yes.
Crowd
Crowd
reactions.
feelings. Yes. Crowd feelings are something.
It's awesome.
That's I whenever something that I really want to see comes out now, I make sure I see it with
Yeah.
people because it's such a different experience. Like watching Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Oh, I made sure to watch that immediately.
That one was good.
I
Our boy
love
Toby.
That.
Our
Love
boy
that guy.
Toby.
He's my
dude.
best friend.
He's my best friend, dude.
He's my best friend.
He's my best friend.
I'm his bike tech. I built his bike.
Go
This
get
is
him,
my
Tiger.
best
It's Super
friend.
73. Yep.
My best friend.
That was a good day.
That was great.
Never fanned out so hard in my life, dude. That was funny when we were talking about it yesterday. Me and Weston were over there just like trying to get a peek at him. It was really funny. It was a great time. Before we met him.
yeah.
Yeah. It was good. So yeah, Kenobi.
We
We're here for
were-
Kenobi, not
Kenobi.
other things.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
Tangents, man. What does this button
What are you
do?
gonna do? That.
Hmm.
Wow.
Cool.
We're gone.
Now we're back. Sorry. That's weird.
And
I wonder why that's
we'll
there.
fix that in post.
Maybe.
Maybe. Depends how
Uh,
creative or how lazy I am later today.
We were at the point where Kenobi left the planet
Mm-hmm.
because you said you had that emotional
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
flashback or
So that's
something.
where we are, yeah.
Flashback. That's
Flashback.
what they call it for Boba Fett.
Yeah. So then he
Flashback
goes
stuff.
Flashback to
so he goes to the planet where I can't remember what it's called.
Star Wars Tokyo.
Star Wars Tokyo, yeah.
It looked
Basically
cool.
I
love
love
the look
that.
of
It was really rad.
Yeah.
And he meets that chick that's like, you forget your daughter if you take a couple hits of that. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
me and Sarah were watching it last night. I'm like, that's not a very good sales technique. Like, hey, you'll forget everything if you just take a couple of these. I'm like,
It was
no,
more of
no,
like
thank you.
she recognized like, oh,
I
he's
know,
greedy.
yeah.
And
I know what it was, but I was
you
like,
better give up.
this is a terrible sales tactic.
this one's for free.
yeah, this one's for free. You'll forget your whole life.
It's okay. You got
You know?
to use it later. So
You did.
you also get to
Um,
meet the hobo clone.
The hobo clone. So that's what I was getting at.
I
Was
love that.
he's clearly a 501st member.
Yeah.
And so I'm just wondering, like,
That's what I
how does
thought.
he not recognize Kenobi?
He's got the hood and everything, and I was like, you know? Does he know?
He has to know. Like, so
Maybe he knows, but doesn't care because you can see the state that he's in.
yeah,
It's like, what's up, Obi-Wan?
because you can see it in
General.
see it in Obi-Wan's face where he's
Yeah.
like, "Are you gonna recognize me? Like, am I screwed here?"
Yeah.
And so
I wish they did more with that.
I really do too.
I wish, I had hoped that he would come and help Obi-Wan.
That's
later
exactly
on.
what I thought was
like,
gonna
Is he
happen.
gonna know and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna help you out"?
Yeah. I'm also really curious to see if they're gonna do anything with clones later on.
They got
Like what happens to him, you know?
Tamara is
'Cause-
happy to
yeah.
work
He's
for
in
Star Wars.
Dude, remember when we saw that? It was so rad. You just hear the voice and everybody goes nuts.
For
And
what?
Because we saw the first 2 episodes.
Oh yeah,
and Celebration.
And so that was cool, dude. I was not expecting that at all. But I'm just so surprised that he didn't notice him
right.
or didn't say anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I wish he would have just like even like a nod, like
It was a good
Thank you, General.
callback.
He looked pretty rough, and like it's been some time. So
I mean maybe he was on that spice that makes him forget everything.
Right.
hey, great sales.
There we
tactics.
go. There
You
we
probably
go.
got one on the house too.
Yeah, got a couple in the house. But it would have been cool if he was just like, "Thank you, General," or something like that. You know, like a little nod, like I know who you are, but
Hello
I
there.
don't care. Hello there.
Or if he would have said like thank you, sir. Like
Yeah,
and then he's like, what'd you call me? He's like, I don't know, sign of
Nothing.
respect. I don't know.
yeah, something. I don't know. I think it would have been
I
a
don't know what
cool
you're talking
like. It would have been a cool like tip of the hat. Like,
Yeah.
I know who you are. Don't care. Look at my life. I don't care.
What am I
That's
gonna
fair
do?
though.
Or even if he would have gotten mad at him for the state he's in, because they do think that because of the chip that the Jedi betrayed
Yeah.
the Republic. So I don't know.
I think it was interesting to see the state of a clone after the war as kind of like
Yeah.
forgotten, left behind, and
Yeah.
like they just don't care what happens with.
Which-
You have stormtroopers walking the streets, and a clone who's 10 times better than any of them
Yeah.
is
Still in
sitting the
armor.
slums.
Still in
Yeah.
armor. And you know what is crazy too? I just thought of. It's been 10 years. He
Yeah.
looks great.
Doesn't look bad.
Yeah. Like, cause how long after is Rebels? When you see Rex all white and I guess it's like I guess it's still like 10 years because Leia's 10. And I think
Oh,
she's around 18, 20,
yeah, she's
right?
like
in
a
Rebels.
young teen or older teen in Rebels. So yeah,
So they're still looking great 10 years and then after that it just yeah.
we caught the big one.
We caught the big one. Still the worst impression I've ever
You're just
done.
gonna say that on every episode now.
I'm down.
Gregor's.
We caught the big one.
So moving
We're
on.
gonna have little tally marks every episode of just like every time you say that.
Oh god.
We love Gregor.
Be careful where you're sticking your nose.
Oh wait, another episode. We need a new impression.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
So we
I
got
don't
Gregor,
know.
we got Cad Bane.
I don't know.
Who can do this
It'll
time?
just
Come
come to me, I guess. I don't
Oh
know.
okay.
Maybe we'll talk about it.
Jeremy,
and
what's
I'll-
yours?
Oh god.
You did a cat raincore the last time.
Hello there.
Wow.
I mean, it's pretty on the
Oh, God.
nose,
Phenomenal.
but hello there.
This is my
Ooh, that
impersonation
sounded
of a
pretty
Puffer
good.
Pig.
General Kenobi.
I love the
General Kenobi.
the eyes that you have on your toolbox.
Oh, yeah.
You have
Oh,
I have a General
Googlies.
Grievous sticker on my toolbox, and he's got googly eyes.
and Chris is like Kenobi.
Yep.
That was pretty good.
I love it.
What's the situation, Captain? 2 Jedi have entered the main hangar. All batteries fire!
Ba-doing. Ba-doing.
This is the Revenge
This
of
is
the
getting
Sith
out of
recut.
So yeah, we're basically gonna now recap Revenge of the Sith, but it's
Roger,
us
Roger.
making all the noises.
Yep. Project Beskar recut.
Boing. Boing.
Boing.
Oh, we didn't put up Jar Jar.
He's right here.
Did we move
Behind.
him for this one?
He's
He's somewhere.
right
So I know nobody has noticed this, but Jar Jar is our elf on the shelf.
Well, it's not. Now that
So-
you can't mention it now.
Yeah, but nobody's caught it yet, so
Why would anyone catch it?
Yeah,
He's
that's
like-
the point.
that's the whole point. Is you're supposed to figure out where he's at.
Just do
I
it
guess
the
he's just gonna be in the
YMCA.
same spot. he was last
Congratulations,
time.
you win.
You win. Congratulations.
The jig's up.
Leave a jar emoji in the comments if you found Jar Jar.
Well, he's
Actually,
right
two
there.
jars, two jars.
Two jars. Two jars.
You got to go
Jar
back
jar.
to the other episodes and find him as well, and then leave the jar
Yeah.
comment.
2 jars.
Yep, 2 jars.
2 jars.
Jar.
Jar Jar listens.
With the
Annie!
little eyes.
He's doing the, what is it? Lady Gaga when she does the Venus. She's like, Venus. It's Jar Jar. It's Jar Jar.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
So
okay.
back to Kenobi.
Back to Kenobi.
Gonna try and keep us
Dude,
on track sometimes.
your impression was good. I'm crying, laughing.
We're past the impressions part.
Okay. Hey, you brought it up.
I
That
know.
was Impressions with Project Beskar.
Yep.
Big one.
Oh, and then Kenobi meets one of my favorite characters, Haja.
Oh my god. People were
Like,
hating on him, and I love
He's
him.
so funny.
He's just good at anything,
Yep.
honestly.
Like, fun fact: the part where he's using magnets to do stuff, Jango Fett uses magnets in a comic book just like that.
Really?
When he's talking with Count Dooku about being the cloning donor, there's a scene, or not a scene because it's a comic book, but a part where he like grabs his blasters from across the table,
Mhm.
and Dooku's like, "What the heck? I didn't know you had the Force." And he's like, "I don't need it because I have magnets."
Huh.
I was like, "Ooh,
Magnet.
magnets."
Huh.
But yeah,
That's pretty cool.
mm-hmm.
Does he always have those? Wait, did you say Django or Boba?
Django.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was just in the comic book, but
Huh. That's pretty cool.
yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool little thing. Because, I mean, they're basically,
Magnets.
like, their kits are to fight Jedi.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like,
Mm-hmm.
was kind of, like, their whole
You're like,
purpose. Because
"Oh,
they've been
if I
in a
can't
war
use
with
the
them.
Force, magnets.
Magnets. But, like, even, like, the fire and
Yeah.
the rope and, like, everything that they
a lot of little
have.
projectile weapons,
Yeah.
like whistling birds.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
all their stuff is to combat Jedis. So that's pretty cool that
Yep.
he also has magnets. I
Do
like
you think
that.
they thought of that when they first made Boba? They're like, he's supposed to be an anti-Jedi fighter.
I don't
'Cause
know.
all the weapons are on him
Yeah.
as a super trooper.
I feel like maybe they put that in after.
There's a
you know?
convenient backtracking.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, wow, he looks good enough to take out a Jedi. I guess we'll make that
Well,
part
I
of their
guess that's
story.
why, you know, we'll make him fight for thousands of years.
Was all part of the plan since the beginning.
Yeah. So Kenobi.
Yeah. So we meet Haja, and then
Yeah.
you get a really quick scenes with Kenobi with Leia running away,
Mhm.
trying to escape the Inquisitors and all the bounty hunters.
They also stopped that.
the roof fight is
They also
really
s-
quick.
Yeah. See, that's when we were talking about it last episode was the music. Some of the music was too loud,
was
especially in that scene.
So loud there.
I did not like that.
Yeah.
That was one of those things where I was like, it kind of took away from his like aha moment, I
Yeah.
guess you would say. Like he's
Yep.
finally connecting back to the Force, and the music was like very loud and like kind of not the right music for it.
Yeah.
It was more of like a intense music instead of
was
like a
a-
whimsical
yeah.
like
They use
connecting to the
the
Force.
music from when Padme and Anakin are running on the conveyor belt on
Yeah.
Geonosis.
Yep, that's what
Like
it
that,
is.
like-
yeah.
That stuff, and then you lose Haja's reaction. So you don't understand why later he comes to Obi-Wan. He's like, "I'm gonna help you go up to that ship."
Yeah.
Is because he doesn't understand that Obi's a Jedi in this
Mhm.
cut, which I like. Oh man,
I love when he's like, "Oh, we messed up. Let's get to work." Like I love that little
Yeah.
scene where he comes and brings him the
it's like,
data pad.
oh, that's embarrassing.
Yep. I love
We
him,
had him.
dude. He's so funny.
He was great. And
I
then
think-
when he meets Reva, it's like, "I am the
I am
Jedi you
who
were
you're
looking for." You have found me.
Yeah.
You are my biggest rival yet.
Yeah.
He's the best.
He is, and people didn't like it, but
I don't know why.
I don't know
you just
why.
have no sense of humor if
yeah,
you don't.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a little bit of comedy and stuff, you know. And that was like
He fits so well in his position too.
he really
Yeah,
did,
he's
and it's and he comes
so
back,
funny. Yeah.
you know, which
he
is
comes
good.
back because he has a heart. You can see he wants to do good.
Yeah.
Um.
I like when he was
Yeah.
like, "I got that family safe, and I'm gonna do the same for you."
Yep.
And you
so
can
he's
tell,
still
like,
doing
yeah,
the right thing.
yeah. When he's
So
like,
doing the right thing, but kind of like in a
"I got him off
sad
planet,
way.
just a little poor." It's so funny. But yeah, I really like his character.
Mhm.
So yeah, we get to Obi-Wan getting off the planet.
Yeah, you have the little scene where Riva stabs.
And
Grand
they
Inquisitor.
cut a lot of that out too
Yeah.
of the banter, not
Mhm.
banter because it's just one sided, but
Yeah.
Riva talking to Obi-Wan. It's very quick.
Yeah.
Which again I kind of like. He cut out a lot of like the fluff,
Right.
and that one kind of got to the point. So yeah, kills the Grand Inquisitor. Kills him.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Which everybody is like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Because if
We're
you're
like, we've seen Rebels. What's
Yeah.
what?
yeah, that's
Well,
not
so-
how he
And
dies.
then when we saw that
Spoilers.
scene at Celebration,
Yeah.
everyone was just like, "Wait,
Everybody,
what?"
everybody was like, wait, what's going on? Like,
Like you'd see the crowd just go, like gasps and
yeah,
just like
did they just retcon all of
whispers,
Rebels? Like,
what?
that
That
was
would-
my immediate thought. I was
that
like, they
would've
just
been weird.
retcon Rebels. Like, Rebels is done. Rebels is gone.
Yeah.
Because if that one scene is cut, like that's a big scene in Rebels, like to
Yeah.
a kickoff point of the rest of the season. And I was like, is Rebels done? And I was really confused, and so was everybody around
Dude,
us.
from there I thought like, oh, that means the ninth brother or whoever that guy was. I was like, oh, that means he can die too then, huh?
Yeah,
He's in Rebels.
yeah. And the other one isn't in this one, huh? I can't
No.
remember who she is. I can't remember which sister she is.
The
The
seventh
numbers
sister.
are confusing.
Yeah. The numbers are very
Yeah,
confusing.
it's the
I thought seventh
Grand
is Trilla.
Inquisitor. She's the second sister.
Oh, you're right, second sister.
I know the fifth sister is
dumb.
like the
Yeah, the big one.
One from,
The Shrek.
then it's
the
Shrek
Shrek
one?
no,
yeah.
isn't he the fifth brother?
Oh,
Is,
that might be
is
right.
the other guy.
I'm pretty sure the fifth sister though is in
No.
the Fallen Order.
Is it? No.
I thought that was no.
It's so confusing.
I don't know. I don't know numbers.
Seventh sister is the one in Rebels. Fifth brother, and then there's the other guy with like the helicopter that he like
Yeah. I
he
don't
like
know.
explodes.
They're confusing.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, they escape off
mhm.
planet, and where do they go?
I don't
Oh,
remember.
they go to Ned B land. They go to
Yes.
Joshua Tree.
That's right. I did
Joshua
skip a
Tree.
little bit. I did kind of skip through a little bit of parts on this one just
I
because
watched
we
that
had
one through.
I just because we had crunch time and
Yeah.
we were trying to get this
Mm-hmm.
review. I was, kind of skipping through parts.
I watched that one all the way through. So
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah. But dude, that scene, so that's one thing. So they go to Ned B land, Joshua Tree, which is awesome that it's canon because it's like 2 hours away from us. And
yeah, we can go take cool photos there.
Yeah.
and be
I
like,
mean,
look,
we're canon.
oh, look,
this
there's
is-
Ned B over there.
Yeah.
And Frick.
Yeah, maybe I'll hit up Brittany and be like, hey,
Yeah.
bring your Ned B, and we'll go do a shoot or something.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Hi, I'm Frick. Hop on in, folks.
I love him.
I think he was
He
funny.
was so funny.
Oh,
So yeah, they go there and then they go through the path.
Yeah.
All that. Dude, that Vader scene, so good, where he's just
Yeah.
killing all those people.
oh
Like,
my gosh.
You see it in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Finally, his like menacing, cutting down people, but like there was something about that scene where he's just like kills. He what does he do? He kills like the son or something like that,
Yep.
and the father comes out, kills him, and then leaves the mom just like crying.
Yeah.
And then finds that person and just drags him. Just I was
do
like,
you
"Oh,
notice
God."
where he's looking when he's doing that?
No,
He's looking towards Kenobi.
is he?
Like he's choking the guy, but he's looking this way towards like where Kenobi is.
Oh,
And I feel like he's just taunting him, like,
probably.
get out here and stop me if you can.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna
Just
start
trying to
killing these
lure him
people.
out.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then I saw like one of those things like on TikTok, like people were talking about when he moves the like crates and there's those two people like holding each other.
Yeah.
And they were saying that like it was like a representation of him and Padme, so he didn't kill them. Cause like why wouldn't he kill them? He killed like everybody that was basically outside. So I don't know.
Oh, you mean because they're like,
Because they were like holding each other,
Yeah.
like he was like kind of like trying to protect her. So I don't know. That's like a headcanon type thing, but I thought that was kind of cool that someone said that.
Yeah.
It's not mine.
just a
It's not my
slight
theory,
little
but-
touch of like
Yeah,
still
just, like-
humanity in him.
Yeah. Because all in the comics, like they go through how he's always like haunted by Padme and like can't
Mhm.
get her
Yeah.
out of his head. So
like that VR game Vader Immortal, and the story in that, revolves around Vader trying to revive Padme.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a scene where you're literally walking through it where you're like spying on him and he's like trying to connect with her and talk to her again. It's really sad to watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Especially in VR, you're just like, oh, I'm here and I feel bad that I'm
Yeah.
doing this.
And I know there's a comic, or maybe it was a fan film, where like it might have been a fan film based off of a comic where Palpatine like messes with him and thinks like she's alive or something like that. I feel like I remember seeing that somewhere. But he's like always haunted by it, and I think that's kind of cool. I know it's like a headcanon why he didn't kill that couple, but it's kind of a cool thing if it is, you know. Maybe we'll see that in the documentary cut, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah,
I love that. That's like
I love that they do those.
if I had a dream job, it would be working for Disney, but not like on the actual films, doing like the documentary, because like I've done one documentary and I loved it, and I wish I could do more, but it's very hard. It's very time consuming, and a lot of footage you have to go through and stuff like that. But I think that would be like one of my favorite jobs. I think would be working for Disney and doing all the, what is it, the Marvel Assemble, something like that. Assembled, and then I don't know, gallery, the Star Wars gallery. Like I would love to do that. That's like my dream job. Disney, if you're listening.
Definitely not.
So yeah, they do that, and then Obi-Wan runs through wherever.
It was interesting because at first when I watched that scene in the show, I think they changed it in the recut where a stormtrooper asks Vader, he's like, "Do you want us to pursue?"
I haven't got there yet.
Oh, okay.
But they do cut a lot of him just running away, which I kind of liked. It is good towards the story in Kenobi, just because like it's showing that he doesn't want to face him, and he hasn't ignited his lightsaber yet. And the one gripe I had about, even in the Kenobi show, not the recut, I wanted the lightsaber ignition to be more dramatic. Like he just lights it and then like turns around really quick or something like that. I can't really remember exactly what happens, but I wish that it was more dramatic. Like he just saved Leia, and now he finally connected the Force, and now he's finally igniting his lightsaber, because he's been so like running away. He looks at it, runs away, like looks at it. I wish it was a little more dramatic.
I wonder if it's like more of like he ignites it out of fear.
Yeah.
Where it's like I need to use it. Like I don't want to, but I'm gonna.
It's just my
do it.
personal preference. I wish it was. I get it. It was out of fear, but I wish it was more. So, it was like, I have to do this. I have to stand my ground. And then we get to the scene where he burns him, which that's brutal. Yeah. Going back to that, it was.
I just thought it was Anakin being very petty.
Yeah. But
you did this to me, I'm gonna do it to you too.
Yeah.
It's so hot, isn't it?
So in the cut, he discusses this in the TikTok that he posted about it. He added this to the scene. So the stormtrooper says like, "Do you want us to pursue?" And so he had to go back and find, like, he cut like who's the voice of Darth Vader?
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones. There we go. He like got his voice and like cut it all together. Like, no, wait, I want him to suffer more. Whatever his line is, but he adds that, and I feel like that really adds to the story. Him saying that, because he wants him, to suffer like he did.
Yeah.
So, after that, what happens? This is kind of where I started skipping through a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
You have him on Jabim.
Yeah.
Leia's captured at this point.
That's right.
And you have the little flashing between Vader and Kenobi in the Bacta tubes.
Mm-hmm.
That was in the original one anyway.
Yeah.
But still,
which I loved.
Love that scene.
Such a good scene.
Yeah. And
then you get, which I also really liked, when they escape from the planet. This is what I love about this cut. They don't undercut Reva and like. So in the cut, you know how in the original scene, he like force chokes her and is like, says whatever he says.
Yeah.
In this scene, that's all cut out, and he just says like, "Kneel, Grand Inquisitor." she comes up and she's like, the tracker's in place, and then he goes, kneel, Grand Inquisitor. So it was kind of like, instead of him choking her and like that she did this bad thing or that she screwed up, like they show her being like they were in on it together type thing, and she got promoted to Grand Inquisitor. So I really like that. I liked how he portrayed her and gave her more purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, she's always had purpose, but
Right.
Just
not
really like,
undercut.
emphasized it.
Yeah, really emphasize it, and I really like that because I
just
really like her character.
Still felt the lack of her character from the beginning,
Yeah,
and not seeing the clone troopers in the Order 66
you do see that.
flashback. Well, yeah, but not in the beginning, which I liked.
Yeah, that's true. But you do see it when Reva and Vader fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do all that, and then they go to Jabim. Is it?
Jabim?
Yeah, they all
no,
go.
they have to rescue Leia.
Well, I kind of skipped that part.
Oh, okay, fine. If you want to skip that part,
No, we don't need to skip it. But I just wanted to talk about that scene because that scene was like,
Yeah.
I really liked how he cut that. So yeah, they escape with Leia with
That's
the
right.
coat around, which is
All I think of is that video of the guy who's like trying to buy a car and he's on top of the guy with the coat.
yeah. That's all I can think about is those people that stack on top.
Yeah.
All I can think about is in New Girl when they want to
my God.
be 10-foot Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
And that's all I think about, dude. Like, I just think it's so funny. Like, how do you not see that?
That was pretty funny. I mean, it's supposed to be very chaotic there. Everyone's running
That's
around.
true. Yeah. But I just think it's funny.
It
How
was funny.
you could like see her like little legs like running around. He's
Yep.
just like, whoa, trying to get away. But
I want to see her.
nothing to see here, folks. So yeah, then they escape, and then they go to Jabim, and you know they do the whole fight, and Ned B dies. It's really sad.
It is
I really had a connection to Ned B. There's not many droids I like, but BD1
BD1 and Ned B.
and BB-8. I love BB-8. Yeah, you can't see him. You can only see his head, unfortunately. But Ned B, I don't know why. I just really liked him.
It was the lines about him not being able to speak
Yeah.
and Tala saying, maybe actions speak louder than words sometimes.
Yeah.
And that was an important thing for Ned B because his actions spoke pretty loudly.
Yeah. And I like the behind the back, like him just like clutching
hammer.
the
Yeah.
hammer, like
He was ready to
don't
throw
tempt
down.
me, don't tempt me.
I
But he's a
really-
droid, and
Yeah.
it's like has human emotions, which I really liked.
Yeah.
Which in most droids, I mean, you do see it. Like, actually, in a lot of the droids, like the main droids, you see a lot of personality. But
Love
I
it.
thought that was a really like human thing. Like, and he looks human. You know, you
Yeah.
can tell it's a
He's got
person
the guy
in the suit.
in the suit. with
Yeah,
the-
you can tell it's a human in the suit, so I think that kind of helps. But you can see that like kind of emotion, even though he's a droid. Like, ooh, I'm gonna knock you.
Yeah.
I want to see one of the. I wanted to see him crack
He
one
can
of
get
those.
annoyed at people
Yeah.
and be like, all right.
I
you're
wanted
done."
to see him crack another stormtrooper helmet, dude. I want to see more.
I
of
really
it.
want the Lego set of the Vader and Obi-Wan burning scene, and it comes with a little Ned B figure with a giant hammer.
Oh
Wait, is
my
that it?
gosh.
Is
Yeah.
that really a thing?
Yep,
Oh, I want that.
get it. It's at the Lego store in downtown Disney.
Oh,
Guess we're going to
guess we're going to downtown Disney today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big Lego guy, but there's some that I'm just like.
The Ned B
yeah, I
Lego
wanna-
figure, I think, is worth it.
I still need the BD one. The BD one.
Ooh, that's
That's a fun
my
set.
favorite set.
Have you got that?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you did.
I
I
got
remember Darcy was.
Yeah.
Building it.
We both gotten that set and built it.
Oh, I guess I'm the lone man out.
Uh-huh.
Same with the tattoo. Whatever.
Yep.
Got to get mine, I guess.
Next
Tattoo.
episode, we're gonna have Blake get a tattoo and build BD1 at the same time.
Just like. zzz.
Hand me the red piece.
Yeah, him in the red piece. It's like.
Yep.
That would be an episode to watch.
Mhm.
Actually, no, it wouldn't be.
You know who made it into the cut?
Blue hat guy.
Blue hat guy.
All hail blue hat guy.
Blue hat guy he was pretty great in the
Yeah.
background.
It's a good guy.
For those of you that are unaware, Blue Hat Guy was played by the one and only Michael Canavo of Rex and
that?
Around. He's also our boss.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
We called you last
You're
week,
probably
but-
listening to this on your drive.
Yep. We've mentioned you now 4 out of 4 times, even though you said we haven't mentioned you. So we're mentioning you again.
We'll have him on at some point.
Yeah.
Whenever
Well,
he wants to.
Yeah. Come
Show
in
up.
on Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah. We got a chair for him. It's right there. It's his chair. Literally.
Yeah, everything's his.
Yeah.
It's his building.
That's his poster.
Yeah. We stole it.
Steal it.
Well, we borrowed it.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it never left the building, so it's not being stolen.
Oh,
True.
that's true.
It's just placed
It's
somewhere
placed
else.
Just
conveniently.
placed conveniently at a different time
Yeah.
and place.
Yep. So yeah, then they fight. Ned B dies. Dude,
That scene hurts so much for like a lot of reasons.
yeah.
Like you see Kenobi's despair because Tala was one of his first friends that he made
Mm-hmm.
when he came back out. So
Especially when like Leia asks for her, like, where is she?
Yeah.
yeah,
You're just like, oh no.
And then he gives her the holster.
that was sweet, but
That was just
Ugh.
heartbreaking.
tough to watch.
Her and Ned B, dude. Brutal.
Yeah,
Then
that
we
whole
get
fight
to-
scene was so good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we get to one of my favorite fight scenes. Honestly, I think it might be my third, I guess, because, Revenge of the Sith,
Yes.
and then you have Maul and
Mhm.
Obi-Wan, like those two scenes,
Yeah.
like obviously, but
So how
This-
was it done differently in this?
I don't think it was.
No,
I think they left the whole fight scene.
didn't you say the flashback for Order 66? Yeah, Order 66.
I'm pretty
was
sure
there,
that's in
or-
the original one because when
Oh yeah, you're right.
when he kills or when he goes to
Yes.
stab her, it flashes back.
Yeah.
But they do the flashback. I'm pretty sure it's the same in the original too. Is when they're talking through the door. Kenobi and Reva are talking through the door.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the same. So, because I'm pretty sure they do the flashback then, right? In the original.
No, not in the door scene. I don't think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
No, doesn't it is it the original, right? Where they're talking through the door and it's like her playing dead, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, they go through
Oh,
the
is that
Order
there?
66
Yeah.
scene. Yeah,
Oh,
they do.
And then when he's like, and then when it goes to like Vader and Reva, he's like, "You didn't think I knew it was you, like little one," and then like it like shows like
Yeah. And then it's
little
like, yeah.
her and her.
Yeah. But that is definitely like my third favorite lightsaber battle. That dude, Vader just toying with her. I love the flip. Like when
Yeah.
he like pushes her up. He like pushes the lightsaber up and then just like pushes her back. Every time I'm just like,
does
oh,
he throw her back a lightsaber too at some point?
yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
dude, yeah. He like
take it.
she spins the lightsaber and he like force stops it and then like grabs it, breaks it apart,
Yes.
and then just like throws it at her. And I'm just like, oh, what a G move,
Such a
dude.
I
Like,
love that
Boss.
stance he does where like he like when he like pulls it apart in half and he's just standing
Yeah.
with them. I was like, that's bad.
yeah, he like pulls it apart, throws one at her, and then
That hot toy that you bought, that comes with the two sabers, right?
I have no idea.
I think it does.
I didn't look at it. I just
You
bought
just
it.
saw 18 hours. Bye.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I didn't buy that
What's that TikTok audio? It's like
Seven and I watched this
capitalism
together.
really popped off.
when I edit it. Oh, yeah, dude. Are you talking about my Ahsoka? Is that the one you were just talking about?
No, when you saw the countdown, it said 18 hours left.
Oh,
so you
yeah,
bought
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and it's like enter that TikTok audio where she's like, capitalism really popped off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. All I heard was popped off, and I thought of the Ahsoka,
No.
the hand that I popped off. Because I break every hot toy I
Oh
get.
my gosh. So careful with them.
Yeah.
I got the
They're so
chrome.
fragile.
Clone
Oh, did you
Trooper.
not bring that?
No, I opened it last night,
Mm.
and I just set them up in a way I really liked.
I
so
do wish you kind of brought it here just to display.
I'll bring him next time.
Okay.
He'll
Because I
stand
really
there.
want to see
You
it
shiny
in
boy.
person.
Very shiny.
I didn't even know it was a thing, to
Dude,
be
if
honest.
you gave that like a gloss clear coat, so cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I would be afraid.
I am too, so I won't do it.
Yeah.
But if somebody did it, that would look really, really good.
Yeah. Please send it to us. Not send it to us, but like
Send
a
us the
picture.
figure.
Send us a figure.
You won't get it back.
We will send you Weston's figure, and you, if you please can, we'll pay you.
As long as it comes out nice. Otherwise, I'm keeping both.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that fight scene. And then they go to, I don't know what planet it is where Vader and Obi-Wan fight.
I don't think it was named, was it?
I don't think
don't
so.
think
I
was
thought
the
they went
name.
back to Jabeam.
Is it still on?
No.
No, it's not on Jabeam still. I don't know, because they leave Jabim
Yeah.
to go
But
somewhere
then
else.
he leaves. Breaks
But then,
off.
yeah, he breaks off, and they cut all that out as well.
Okay.
I'm
I think
pretty
it was
sure.
like whatever nearby planet was there.
Yeah, whatever it is. So they land there, and they start fighting, and they added Duel of the Fates to the fight, which I thought was pretty rad.
That's worth watching, I think.
That was, I think, was probably the best music choice for
Yeah.
it.
Was it loud?
It was pretty loud.
Oh, okay.
I do think that.
You want to do the Fates? Yeah.
Yeah, you want Duel of the Fates? Here it is.
That song does best when it's just
Played
loud.
very loudly. Yes. So they do that, and then they're fighting, and I think one of the coolest things that they did, they add when he gets the rocks
Yeah.
put on him, they add Qui-Gon's voice into it. I don't remember, what does he say? He says something to him in like the first one, in the first Phantom Menace. I can't remember exactly what the line is, but he says something to him, and then he pushes the rocks, which I thought was really cool, especially because we get to see Qui-Gon later on.
Yeah.
They do that, and then they fight, and of course,
Yeah.
I didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, or you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did, and I'm just bawling again.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, that Mustafar scene every time. I'm gonna start crying right now thinking about it. It's so sad, dude. It is so sad. You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you.
It's hard to watch.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's really hard, especially when you think about like, and this isn't my take. This is someone else's, that Jedi aren't supposed to love. So when he says that, like, I know it's in a different
Oh, that's
context, but like I remember someone saying that, and ever since then I cry even harder, because it's like he's not supposed to love, and it's like his best friend is like basically like brother / son who he raised, and he loves him.
You
and
see in the Clone Wars the difference between Obi and Anakin and all the other Jedi. Like, what's her name? Barriss Offee's master.
Luminara.
Yeah, Luminara. When Ahsoka and Barriss are buried in the Geonosian
Yeah.
compound, she's like, "Oh well, if she dies, she dies. That's the way."
Yeah.
And Anakin's like, "What? I'm
Yeah.
not accepting that."
Yeah.
And it's the same thing between Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yeah. They're very attached to their feelings, even though they're not
Well,
supposed to be.
And then what is I think she even talks about that too in season 7 when like Trace and Rafa are like telling Ahsoka about like the Jedi.
Oh,
and I think she's
yeah.
talking about Luminara and how like their parents died, and she's like, "Oh well, they're part of the Force now. Like they were part of a bigger purpose."
Yeah.
And that was like her excuse for them dying. I was like, "Damn, that's like
Yep.
cold-blooded."
Right?
Yeah. It's very like,
Jedi
The-
suck.
yeah, like that fall of the Jedi,
Yeah.
because they're like became politicians and their views got very skewed.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, ever since I heard that, it's like, oof, brutal.
You gotta
know?
you gotta be grounded in your humanity.
Yeah.
If not, then
Yeah.
and
And
turn
I
into a bad guy. In
I do
some
get
views.
the like, well, they're part of the Force now.
Yeah.
Because that's like their religion, but it's like you have no compassion for the rest of the people, because not everybody
Yeah.
thinks like that. Like they see it one way and they can feel the Force, but not everybody can feel that. So it's like,
Right.
I think that was like part of the
Just, like,
downfall of the Jedi.
Empty words. Like,
Yeah, just empty words
yeah.
to someone else, So then they're fighting, and so he takes off the mask or cuts off part of the mask, which again they bring in Qui-Gon, and so before Obi-Wan says, I'm pretty sure it's then my friend is truly gone. I'm pretty sure that's what he says. I'm not exactly sure. Whatever line that is that he says, Qui-Gon, you hear Qui-Gon say he is the chosen one again, and then he leaves him. That's when he turns around and leaves him.
That's very.
And I just got goosebumps right now thinking about it. It's
That-
very good.
That's actually very good to add in, because a lot of people were like, "Why didn't you just kill him? He could have saved the galaxy so much trouble."
Mm-hmm.
But if everyone kind of remembered that, then that's kind of the reason, like, he might still be important for
For
fate
future
of everything.
events, which is true.
Oh, I love that.
And I just got goosebumps thinking about it. It's
Dang.
crazy. Like it was a very good
Yeah.
addition to these cuts, and that's why I was really excited to see this. was because when it's a fan cut, you can put anything you want into it. And I think the Qui-Gon stuff that was put in was needed. Not needed, but it
It
was
just added that extra.
it added that extra little spice.
Spice.
And that just ruined it.
Yeah.
Wow. So then,
Ouch.
what even happens after that?
Then Riva goes to Tatooine.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So that was one of the things. I wish that the Kenobi scene was more of the finale. The Kenobi Vader fight was more of the finale.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested to see what happens to Riva because she's gonna find the path.
Yeah.
Again, I
That's
skipped through most of it.
Right.
I really wanted to see the Duel of Fates because the TikTok he says that he adds Duel of the Fates to it. So that was the one thing I was like most excited about. So they then go to Tatooine and Riva fights Owen.
Yeah.
And
On Peru.
Aunt Peru.
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 Say Peru.
Peru. I don't know how to say her name. Which
Peru.
yeah. So I do wish that the final scene was Kenobi and Vader, but
Yeah.
is what it is. I'm excited to see what happens with the path. I hope they make a series on the path because I would really love to see Quinlan Voss
Oh, last one.
because he is mentioned.
They teased
That
him
was
a
a
little
fun
bit.
name drop.
And you know what? When I was rewatching it last night, because I just watched it through and I didn't think anything of it,
Mhm.
but learning that Riva was once a Jedi, and when she's in the Ned B cave, that's just what I'm gonna call it. When she
Ned B's
sees
cave.
Ned B's cave,
Yeah.
when
the Ned B
she
cave.
when she sees the symbol of the Jedi, it hits so much different going back.
Yeah.
Because you don't know that at the time
You
that
think she's just angry at that point?
exactly. I thought she was just angry. She's just whatever, getting
maybe,
revenge. I mean,
yeah.
I know she was a Jedi because all the Inquisitors once were Jedi.
Yeah.
But knowing her story, and then rewatching that and seeing her like, it's more of a frustration. Like these people, like there were other Jedi out there. They survived. Like, why didn't they help me? Why did I like have to go this route instead of them helping me? Like, there's clearly surviving Jedi.
Right.
There's this whole path. Like, why didn't they find me?
There's a lot of depth there in that.
It
in that
really
emotion
is.
that she has.
Yeah, like
I
going.
don't think a lot of people dive in too much because
Yeah,
for some reason people just don't like the character. But
yeah,
you really think about like what she's going through.
yeah.
There's a lot.
And that's one of those things. Like going back and watching a series,
Yeah.
knowing what happens at the end, is really good.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think about it until last night when I was watching it, and she's like touching it. I'm just like, I was like heartbroken for her. You
Right.
know, like why didn't she get saved? I don't know. It's kind of
And if you don't want to go back and rewatch the show, that's why there's a recut.
there's a recut. Yeah,
It's a good way of, like we said with Boba Fett. It's a fun new way to watch a show over again.
yeah,
There's just a little bit of new perspective there. I mean, some things are missed, but obviously when you're trying to cut down 6 hours worth of content
mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
2.5 hours, some things are gonna get skipped. But
yeah,
sometimes it pays off.
yeah. And I think
it sounds like the gist is all there. Like all the important parts are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what you need. Whereas like Boba Fett, I think there's a lot of like smaller parts that were cut out.
Yeah.
But I think with Kenobi, like all the major stuff was kind of kept in the cut.
there was a good amount kept in, and I think one of the like takeaways from these is that it's not something like you said to watch for the first time if you've never seen these shows. It's something to rewatch afterwards. And I think Kenobi was really well done. I really like what they did with it, even though I kind of skipped through it a little bit.
Fine. I mean, some parts you know where it's going, and you're like, all right,
Yeah.
I've seen this. I can.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted to see like the fights and stuff like that, what they added to it. So I definitely think they're both a must watch.
Yeah, I would
Sure.
definitely recommend watching them.
Yeah.
Not as a first time,
No.
just as a rewatch. Just kind of go through, get a new perspective on something. Maybe if you didn't like the way something was, you thought some parts were too overbearing, like
Mm-hmm.
mods on speeder bikes. Then you're like, oh, someone was like, yeah, I thought that too. So I decided to watch it without that stuff in it.
Yeah, and you have to watch them with a grain of salt, like you said last episode. Like you're gonna cut what you think is supposed to be the story. Like if you're the one doing this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're the one doing it. So like, if you are watching it and don't like it, then like that's
gonna cut out what you don't
You're gonna
like.
cut out what you don't like. So, the one thing that, and I talked about this when I first saw the TikTok, and I ran to you. I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like, I thought it was super rad because it was a fan who didn't like the way the series went. And instead of just like gatekeeping and going online and just complaining about it, like
Making YouTube
he
videos that
did-
just say this is the worst
Yeah.
thing ever.
he did something about it. You know, and again, not everybody has the skills to cut that stuff, and it's very hard, you know, especially cutting a whole movie basically, even though it is already kind of shot and already has a story. But like, still, that probably took him like a
good
couple of
while.
weeks, like maybe a month, 2 months. Like, it probably took him a while to do.
Because Kenobi just ended not that long ago.
Yeah. So he busted out pretty quick. But what I really liked about it was the fact that he did something about it instead of complaining about it. He made something that he liked and that I think a lot of people are going to like.
Yeah, it was all done in a much more positive way,
Yes.
rather than hating on it. You just kind of were like, I'm gonna take what I like from this,
Yeah.
and just kind of make it in a way where I can enjoy it myself.
Yeah.
Parts that spoke to me, I'm gonna incorporate it.
And I really
wrong
liked
with
what he
that.
did with Reva. I really do. I'm going to emphasize that again because he made her like a more menacing character in Kenobi, and I really liked that. And that was one of those things that when I was watching it, I was just like I like her, but she's very like undercut with everybody like back talking her, and like they cut out the scene with the brother. I can't remember his name.
See, I liked the original aspect of Reva, where there is that kind of fighting between the Inquisitors.
Yeah.
The enemy is not perfect. As much as they try to show that they're like very intimidating and stuff, and then you see them fighting with each other, and you're like,
Yeah. It's a very brother-sister relationship.
yeah.
But I think for the purpose of making her more menacing, it was a nice cut. But I do wish all the Inquisitors were more menacing. I feel like they were not portrayed as soft, obviously, but like they weren't as menacing as Rebels, and it might just because that's
Rebels
like
is later too.
Yeah.
So
maybe they just have more hate. I don't know. But like they also
As time
it's
goes
animation
on.
as well.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different.
Mhm.
But I still think they did a really good job, but I wish they were a little more evil, like that you see them in Rebels. But
they're trying to be an empire that's like, even Tala says it at one point. She joined the empire when she thought it stood for something, which means I think the original intent in the empire was like, we got to come off to these people as like, we're actually going to help you. We're going to do good for the galaxy. So you see people like Freck and these other characters that are like indifferent to the empire, or they're for the empire. And then people will start to realize as time goes on, the monsters that they are. Like Tala says, like, I realized what it was when I got into it.
and that's what in Bad Batch, when I think Tarkin says it, and he's like, we need people like to recruit people to fight for us, because that'll be more effective than a draft or making clones or
Get the
something
people
like
that
that.
want to fight for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I'm excied for Andor
Oh my gosh.
to see
it's
how
gonna be
that
so good.
how that plays out. Like there's that little clip that came up recently, and it was like, how did you get this, or whatever
Love
it is.
that clip.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was so good. He's like, how did you get this? And he's like, I can't remember what he says. He's like, why do you want to know? And he's like, I'll pay you another 1,000 credits or whatever.
He's like they already think that they're better than everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, all you have to do is just walk and act like you belong, and they're
so proud of
Yeah, they're so
themselves.
proud of themselves that they
Yeah.
won't notice you.
Yep. And they're so proud of their empire. Yeah.
But the way he says it, I was like,
So
oh,
good.
it's
And
so
that's
good.
that right there is taken out of like the first, like that scene was cut together for the first trailer when he's like saying stuff. That was that scene. And it's like cut into the trailer, the first trailer that we see.
That's going to be really good. We're going to have a lot to talk about when that comes out.
Yeah. The first 3 episodes dropping. It's going to be so
When? Next
good.
month?
September
Yeah.
something.
Oh
yeah.
my good. That's coming up, folks.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can't wait.
What time are we at right now?
I don't know. I can't see.
104.
Oh.
What?
So we did a full episode.
Oh
of
man, we did a
Kenobi
full
then.
episode of
All
Kenobi.
right. Well,
All right.
this has been Kenobi. Give those recuts a watch.
Yeah.
If you're interested. Kai Patterson.
.com, I
We'll
think.
put links.
Yeah,
if
I'll
you
put
can.
it
down
in
in
the
the
bottom. Yeah,
I don't
I'll
know
put
how
the
to do
link
that.
down there. It's really easy. You just copy and paste in the comments. So yeah,
Drop
it'll be
the
down
link.
there. Yeah. Thank you guys for
Thanks for watching.
Thank
joining
you.
us again. Episode probably 5 at this point, I think.
We're just gonna post them. We're not gonna keep count.
Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.